We have seen major changes actually, because when we compare the numbers that we had in 2018, the prevalence of online gambling was estimated around 5% in the province. And with that survey in 2021, so covering the year 2020, 2021, we estimated the prevalence to be 15%, so three times higher. There is part of it that is could be explained by the pandemic, of course. People are just, staying home, cutting all their ties, social, leisure. So we expect some people to turn to gambling as a leisure activity or compensation for the situation. But there has been a steady increase in online gambling over, every years. And we have seen this trend not only in Quebec and in Canada, but worldwide. And the revenues that are generated by online gambling have been increasing steadily. So, but we feel like the increase was not expected to be as big as that. Well, the consequences is it's not a marginal phenomenon. Now we cannot predict the future, but if the projection is that the market is going to keep increasing, it's a very lucrative market, so it generates a lot of revenues. And one of the concern is companies and operators that are offering this form of gambling will be pushing even more to get people to either start gambling or gamble more intensively. And we have seen some forms to become more popular, like sports betting, which was marginal 10 years ago in Canada, is now you know practiced by a lot of people, practiced by younger youth and young adults. Um, and we see that the ecosystem of online gambling, like the whole environment, is changing with more advertisement, more visibility, pushing the market really in a very capitalist way. And because it's not one explanation, it's like a multi-factor situation where the opening of the market, a change in legislation. We used to be it was possible to bet on three games at one time. We were not able to bet on one game separately. And now the legal structure enables people to bet on one game, which means that we're getting people to get excited about the game, gambling throughout the game. So the whole system of promoting, betting has changed. And the offering is more diversified, more accessible on all electronic devices. People can be sitting in the bell center and betting on their phone. So actually, there is no limit to the accessibility. It's like the ideal environment if for companies to make this offering available everywhere and for everybody. So that's one factor. The other factor is we have to see this new generation is a generation of online consumption. So they're less likely to go to land-based venues. We have seen some decrease in offline gambling, but online gambling is capturing this market, and we're seeing this booming actually. I would say that it's the gap between men and women is shrinking, and we're seeing patterns that like they're getting closer in terms of the percentages who bet, the percentages who gamble online. Women are interested in other activities, slot machines online, buying lottery tickets, playing bingo. So it's there's multiple differences, but it's men. Younger people is a concern because, of course, their financial capacity is limited, and gambling can really drain a lot of money very quickly. And of course, when we target advertisement, it's mostly this part of the population that is targeted. We have influencers, we have sometimes sports athletes that are featured in some advertisements. So that really has a major impact on pushing people. It's normalizing the activity of betting. And when you normalize, then it becomes just part of a lifestyle. Well, of
Uh,
course, we need to, if I want to go any by the book solution, which is a very utopic uh, um, solution, is to ban advertisement. And that is something that is hard to achieve. It happened with tobacco. Maybe 30, 40 years ago, we used to see advertisement of, for tobacco, for cigarettes everywhere. They were sponsoring so much events, and now there's none. So that is possible, but it takes a really change in the approach that we have. We have to acknowledge the risk that is associated with gambling, which is sometimes not a given. It's not our, we need to have a regulator that should look at the market and say that should be limited in terms of advertisement, in terms of, how operators should put in place some safeguards to protect the gamblers. So, and currently we have no regulator, and it's really the far, far west.